Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight because we're going to have a healing on making decisions. I'm pretty excited about this. I've got it broken down into a couple of different categories, which helps me in the healing. And what we're going to be getting a healing on is making financial decisions, making health and medical decisions, making decisions about your housing and where you live, making decisions about the friends you keep. And then I threw this one in for amusement, making decisions about love. I thought that would be kind of fun to take a look at. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and set the energy for the healing with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace, body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to be working off of a composite of everybody in the sanctuary, and let me go ahead and start. The way that I want to start this healing on making decisions is to clean out the Supreme Being communication space first. And the reason why is because I personally think that decisions should be made with Supreme Being. And I can tell you that the decisions I've made that I haven't run by Supreme Being have not been good decisions. So I thought this would be a good starting place for us tonight, is to clean out the Supreme Being communication space. And there is some black energy in that communication line. So I'm going to start by clearing really low level energy. And some hopelessness is coming out, depression. It looks to me like there are a bunch of beings in this space too, so I'm going to do a little being clearing. There's actually some fear coming out too, fear of Supreme Being, and that's a white. May not be so much fear of Supreme Being as fear of like getting back in communication. There's also a little anger and hostility coming out. And just to let you all know, the easiest way to create a good communication line with Supreme Being is to just draw a gold line of energy from your crown chakra to a sun and let that sun represent Supreme Being, which is basically what I'm doing for all of you right now. And that line has almost come up to gold. It looks like there's a couple of low-level beings we call snakes in that space. I'm going to remove them. That really helped. Now that communication line is gold, and I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in with a sun. That makes me happy. That cleaned up very nicely. All right, now we'll get to the decision making. The first one is making financial decisions. And the first energy that is coming out is fear. It's a gray-white energy. Fear of making wrong decisions. fear of making wrong decisions and losing money. And also a fear of not understanding money is coming out too. And making financial decisions most likely should come from your crown or your sixth, not your heart chakra. So I'm going to do a little healing on the energy that is in the heart chakra. And the reason why is because you will not make as good of a decision from your heart chakra as you would from your crown or your sixth. Because in your heart chakra, you're susceptible to all of that emotional energy, and it would be hard to be neutral. There's a lot of energy about loss, like the loss of money that comes up for making decisions. I'm grounding that. And one thing that I'm aware of is that the energy of money from the group is very serious. So I'm going to try to change that and bring the vibration up a little bit, because it's hard to create in seriousness, or what you're going to wind up creating is some serious energy. So I want to try to lighten that up. Good. What's coming back into this space now is the flow of giving and receiving, creating and destroying. So I'm seeing that dichotomy flow come back in. That's very important. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill this space in with gold. That came up to a nice orange gold. You're making decisions for financial decisions, so that was good. The next one is making health and medical decisions. And again, the very first thing is fear of death. Anytime you're talking about the health and the body, that's what comes up, is fear of death. I'm going to clear those death pictures. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's actually what happens, is those would be like the pain pictures that get lit up. Also, a lot of survival energy coming out of the first chakra. Then what comes up is like past history, like things that have happened to you in the past that make you nervous or uncomfortable about future health issues. So I'm going to try to clean up the past. You know what it is? It's not having released pain from previous medical conditions. And so they sit on your timeline. And then when it comes time for you to make a new decision in present time, there's a lot of pastime energy that has an impact on you. So I'm going to try to clean that pastime energy off. I will tell you that what I'm seeing, which I like, is that when it comes to making medical decisions, you're more up in your head, in the sixth chakra, or in your crown chakra to make those decisions, which I like seeing, because again, if you're making decisions from your lower chakras, you're not going to have very much neutrality to make good decisions. Yeah, and I'm starting to see how important it is to bring you into present time for this particular one, medical issues. You need to be looking at it from present time forward. And I'll tell you, as a collective, because I'm working in the sanctuary, and there are a lot of people in the sanctuary, so I'm seeing a lot of medical problems, just from everybody in the sanctuary. So what I'm going to do is ground all of those present time medical issues and just get them grounded. Well, there's a lot of pain in the past that I'm trying to bring into present time. That's a little slow. Okay, that's starting to look better. There's still more white energy coming out. And now what's coming out is bad decisions that doctors have made for you. So there's a bunch of bad decisions coming out, but they're not yours, they're doctors. Okay, that looks pretty cleaned out. I just thought of one other space that I could clear, and that would be your body being communication space, where your spirit talks to your body and your body talks to your spirit. And that space could be given a healing for this, for the medical decisions. Yeah, there's a lot of gray coming out of this space, and that energy keeps your communication off with your body. Okay. That cleared. I'm going to go ahead and fill that space in for making decisions for your health and wellness and medical decisions with gold. Okay. Next is making decisions about your housing and where you live. And this one also starts out with some first chakra energy because there's survival involved in your housing. And what I'm seeing is that looks to me like a lot of where you lived as a kid influences what you look for as an adult. There's a lot of pastime energy in the decision-making process for housing. So let me see if I can bring that into present time. The other thing that I could help you with is helping you move out your parents' pictures about housing and what they wanted. And I was just sitting here thinking housing has changed so much from our parents' time. Everything has changed so much. I do see financial concerns in here, so I'm going to ground that. And then I see location. A lot has to do with the location. And then also certain people that you want to live by. There's fear coming out. For both not having housing and fear of purchasing housing. This is another decision that would be best made from your crown chakra or your sixth chakra, not your heart chakra. But what happens is when you go out, let's say you're looking for a house, what do? We fall in love with the house in our heart chakra. So I'm going to try to help you move your energy up to your upper chakras for this. That actually went really well. You moved your energy into the center of your head very easily. So that makes me happy. That was good. And then there's something about time or timing. I think that has to do with buying property. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and fill that space in with some gold. And that came out to a really pretty blue-green. Okay. The next space is making decisions about the friends you keep. The first thing I need to take out of this space is conflict. It's interesting. There's a real dichotomy in this. There's the energy of conflict and anger at friends, and then there's the energy of lovey-dovey and being very close with your friends. So it's all in this space. I see that you get influenced easily by other friends. Sometimes that's called programming. So let me separate you. And then there's an issue about trust. Let me give that a healing. Fear of trusting. Yeah, that's a big one. Fear of trusting in friendships. There's a lot of red energy coming out of that. I probably could have done the whole healing tonight on trust. That's how much energy there is in trust for everybody. It's the trust issue is starting to heal, and what's coming in is a bright yellow. And the vibration and mood of this space of making decisions about friendships is coming up, and it's starting to get more lively and fun. Yeah, now there's, after the trust issue was given a healing, there's more optimism about friendships, about making new friends, keeping friends. Then there's some energy on risk, like taking a risk to make a new friend. For some of you, there was a lot of energy on that, taking a risk to meeting a new friend. So I see that that's painful for some of you in the sanctuary to kind of go out of your way to make a new connection. And I'm also going to bring this space into present time, grounding out, you could say friendships that didn't work, or friendships that had their day and the day is over. These are like red dots on the timeline. That's really helpful, grounding that. It just calmed everybody down to get those old friendships that kind of have fallen apart out of the way and clear that space. Excuse me. Okay. So that still is a sunny, bright yellow space. So I'm going to fill that in with a big gold sun. All right. And we are on to the last one, which is making decisions about love. Well, the first thing that I see that has an effect on decisions about love is baby beings. Some of you might not know what a baby being is. It is a spirit without a body that you have told in a past life that you would like to get in a body. And men can have baby beings, women can have baby beings. What they do is they are waiting around you for that body. And you can actually get your baby beings to do things for you, which is great. You can use them like little soldiers for you. But they do get into the love space, because I'll just tell you what I've watched over the years is oftentimes the first child in a marriage will wind up being the mother-in-law's baby being. I see that all the time. And it's really important to learn about baby beings if you're going to have a child, because you can actually pick the being that you get in the body if you talk to them ahead of time. So baby beings have a big impact on love relationships, whether you want children or not. And you can even have baby beings when you're older in life. I have baby beings still, and they're not getting a body, I'm telling you right now. So they hang around for a long time until you give them something to do or end your agreement with them. I'm watching a lot of female energy have an impact on making decisions about love. Just an awful lot of pink energy coming out. Now, this is the classic case of where you're making decisions from your heart chakra. So I don't know about you, but you could think about the people that you know and the decisions they've made when they're in love. And sometimes they're not the greatest decisions. And it's because we make our decisions about love from the heart chakra. You really don't have all of your awareness in your heart chakra. That's why I'm saying the decisions might not always be the greatest, because you're limited to what information you have in your fourth chakra when you make decisions from there. But I'm going to give the fourth chakra healing right now. You know, the fourth chakra space looks really nice. It's, for the most part, it's an apricot gold. There's some brown that I'm clearing, but the base of it is a really nice color. Past decisions, or I'll say past decisions that you consider to have been poor decisions, also play a part in your decisions about love. So I'm going to ground those on your timeline. Oh, broken hearts too. So I'm grounding broken hearts. I even saw some energy of love decisions being influenced by money. So I'm going to ground that out too. Yeah, that's cleaning up beautifully. So now that whole space is like an apricot gold. It's really beautiful and it's a smooth color. So I'm very happy about that. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with a big gold sun. All right. And now I'm going to fill you all in with a big gold sun. And there's a lot of energy coming out of you. It's I can see it coming out. So you want to stay grounded and you want to bring in more gold suns tonight because I did work on a number of different ones. So it's a lot of different energies coming out of you tonight. Okay. I'll go ahead and I was just finishing with the last sun and now I'm going to close out. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this healing tonight on making decisions in the sanctuary be complete. Amen. All right. I want to look at my calendar real quick and just remind you guys of what's coming up. Next week, we have another healing in the sanctuary on validation. Very excited about that. And then my Seek and You Will Find will be on Monday night, the 26th this month. Okay, so that's what's coming up. And I want to thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the healing. Got my eyes on you. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week for the validation healing. All right, good night.